We did 7 years of scuba diving. You go a bit further underwater and you find this huge column. This is at a depth of 27 meters. That column has been submerged for more than 13,000 years.
Have we found the real Atlantis? We are about to dive deep beneath the waves to uncover hidden temples and sunken cities that could rewrite human history. From Japan's mysterious Yonaguni monument with its massive underwater structures that baffle experts, to India's legendary lost city of Dwarka, linked to ancient myths. These submerged wonders challenge everything we thought we knew. Get ready for a journey into the depths where secrets thousands of years old are waiting to be discovered. Starting off this list in our number 10 spot, we have Atlit Yam in Israel. Beneath the gentle waves off the coast of Atlit in Israel lies Atlit Yam, a submerged Neolithic village that's turning our understanding of ancient history upside down. Dating back an astonishing 9,000 years to around 6,900 to 6,300 BCE, this underwater time capsule is one of the oldest and most complete ever discovered. Divers exploring the site have found well-preserved houses complete with stone floors and hearths, and even freshwater wells that hint at sophisticated engineering skills. But here's where things get even more intriguing. Ritual installations featuring arranged stone circles suggest complex spiritual beliefs, and human remains found here include the oldest known cases of tuberculosis. This challenges what we thought we knew about the spread of disease and the development of early agriculture. Could Atlit Yam be the key to unlocking secrets about our prehistoric ancestors that we never even imagined? This hidden village doesn't just add a chapter to history, it invites us to rewrite parts of it, revealing a level of societal complexity that truly defies what we thought was possible so long ago. In our number 9 spot today, we have Port Royal, Jamaica. Once dubbed the wickedest city on earth, Port Royal, Jamaica was a notorious playground for pirates, privateers, and the colonial elite in the 17th century. This bustling port was the epicenter of maritime trade and mischief in the Caribbean. But in 1692, a catastrophic earthquake struck, causing much of the city to sink beneath the waves in mere minutes. Today, the submerged ruins of Port Royal offer an underwater time capsule that is nothing short of mesmerizing. Divers have uncovered well-preserved buildings, cobblestone streets, and even hidden chambers that feel like lost temples of a bygone era. Artifacts like pirate treasure, personal belongings, and intricate architectural details provide a vivid snapshot of colonial life that's far richer and more complex than we ever imagined. Could the depths of Port Royal hold secrets that challenge our understanding of history and the extent of pirate civilization? In our number 8 spot today, we have Cleopatra's Palace. Submerged beneath the sparkling waters of Alexandria's eastern harbor lies a world frozen in time. The lost palace of Cleopatra VII, the last pharaoh of ancient Egypt. Over 1,500 years ago, catastrophic earthquakes and tidal waves sent this opulent royal quarter tumbling into the sea, where it has remained remarkably preserved. Divers exploring this underwater marvel have uncovered towering statues, sphinxes, and ornate architectural fragments that once graced grand temples and palaces. Among the most captivating finds are artifacts linked directly to Cleopatra herself, a statue that may represent her likeness, coins bearing her image, and remnants of what could have been her private chambers. These discoveries offer a tantalizing glimpse into the splendor of Ptolemaic Egypt and the life of one of history's most intriguing figures. In our number 7 spot today, we have Baiae, Italy. Submerged beneath the tranquil waters of the Bay of Naples lies Baiae, a lost city that was once the most extravagant resort for the Roman elite. A place so opulent it was dubbed the Las Vegas of ancient Rome. This wasn't just a getaway spot. Emperors like Nero and Caligula built lavish villas and grand temples here, indulging in luxuries that bordered on the mythical. Thanks to volcanic activity known as Brady Seism, bottom, the city gradually sank, preserving its splendor under the sea for over a millennia. Today, underwater explorers have uncovered sprawling villas adorned with intricate mosaics, marble statues, and sophisticated bath complexes that showcase architectural ingenuity far ahead of their time. The sheer extravagance and advanced engineering of these submerged wonders challenge our understanding of Roman capabilities. Could the hidden temples and artifacts of Baiae suggest that ancient societies were more advanced than we've ever imagined? This sunken treasure trove doesn't just fascinate, it compels us to rethink the boundaries of human history. In our number 6 spot today, we have Xichen in China. Nestled beneath the tranquil waters of the Qingdao Lake in China lies Xichen, the legendary lion city that's been dubbed a real-life Atlantis. Submerged intentionally in 1959 during the creation of the Xinan River Dam, this ancient city dates all the way back to the Eastern Han Dynasty between 25 and 200 CE. What's absolutely mind-blowing is how remarkably preserved it remains underwater. Wooden structures, intricate carvings, and grand temples stand just as they did nearly 2 millennia ago, shielded from time by the depths above them. Divers exploring this submerged wonder have been greeted by ornate stonework and meticulously crafted arches that offer a vivid snapshot of ancient Chinese urban life. The city's 5 entrance gates, instead of the usual 4, and its network of streets lined with preserved buildings make it like a time capsule. Could Xichen be more than just a sunken city? With its hidden temples and untouched artifacts, it challenges us to rethink what we know about preservation and ancient civilizations. The Lion City isn't just resting beneath the waves, it's silently telling a story that defies the boundaries of history. In our number 5 spot today, we have Pavlo-Petri, Greece. Just off the southern coast of Greece lies Pavlo-Petri, a city submerged that could rewrite our understanding of ancient civilizations. Believed to date back to around 2800 BCE, Pavlo-Petri is the world's oldest known underwater city. What's remarkable is the city's sophisticated urban planning. Neatly laid out streets, complex buildings, and even evidence of advanced architectural techniques that seem astonishingly modern for the Bronze Age. Artifacts recovered from the site suggest it was a thriving hub of trade and culture, possibly even holding religious significance with structures that could have been early temples. The sheer advancement of Pavlo-Petri raises intriguing questions. Could this hidden city beneath the waves be a testament to a level of societal development far beyond what we thought possible for that era? As archaeologists continue to unearth its secrets, Pavlo-Petri challenges us to rethink the timelines and capabilities of ancient human history. In our number 4 spot today, we have Thonis, Heraklion, and Canopus. Hidden beneath the Mediterranean Sea lie the lost cities of Thonis, Heraklion, and Canopus, once bustling Egyptian metropolises, now frozen in time underwater. These cities were vibrant hubs where Egyptian and Greek cultures mingled. Think grand temples, busy ports, and streets alive with merchants and pilgrims. Natural disasters like earthquakes and a gradual rise in sea levels caused them to sink over 1,000 years ago, but recent excavations have brought their stories back to the surface. Divers have uncovered colossal statues of pharaohs, intricate temples dedicated to gods from both pantheons, and everyday artifacts that offer a snapshot of ancient life. What's truly captivating is how these discoveries illuminate the deep interactions between two great civilizations, revealing a level of cultural blending that adds new dimensions to our understanding of history. Could these submerged temples hold even more secrets about the ancient world waiting to be discovered? The sunken wonders of Thonis, Heraklion, and Canopus not only fascinate but also challenge us to rethink the complexities of our shared past. In our number 3 spot today, we have the Yonaguni Monument. Discovered by chance in 1986 by a local diver off the coast of Yonaguni Island, the Yonaguni Monument is an underwater mystery that has fueled debates and ignited imaginations worldwide. This massive submerged structure features what looks like grand terraces, sharp-edged steps, and flat platforms, resembling the ruins of an ancient temple complex lost to the sea. Some enthusiasts argue that these formations are the remnants of a civilization that predates recorded history, possibly pushing back the timeline of human development by thousands of years. They point to what appeared to be carved markings and symmetrical shapes as evidence of human craftsmanship. On the other hand, many geologists insist that these features are a result of natural tectonic activity and erosion over millennia. But when you see the striking resemblance to man-made architecture, it's very hard not to wonder, could the Yonaguni Monument be a hidden temple that challenges everything we know about human history? In our number 2 spot today, we have Dwarka, India. Off the western coast of India, near the Gulf of Khambat, lies a submerged world that's turning ancient history on its head. The underwater ruins linked to the legendary city of Dwarka. Mentioned in Hindu scriptures as the opulent kingdom of Lord Krishna, Dwarka was thought by many to be a myth, until marine archaeologists started uncovering its secrets beneath the waves. Artifacts pulled from the depths suggest a settlement dating back to around 1500 BCE, aligning with the late Harappan phase of the Indus Valley civilization. But here's where it gets really fascinating. The structures and relics found underwater closely match descriptions from ancient texts, hinting at a civilization far more advanced than we imagined for that time. Could these ruins be the actual remnants of Krishna's golden city, swallowed by the sea millennia ago? The discovery not only bridges the gap between myth and history, but also challenges our understanding of how sophisticated early human societies might have been. It's a sunken treasure trove that's making us question everything we thought we knew about the past. And finally, in our number 1 spot today, we have Atlantis. Atlantis, the very name sends a thrill down the spine, evoking images of an advanced civilization swallowed by the sea, hidden temples brimming with ancient wisdom, and technologies that could defy our understanding of human history. First chronicled by Plato, Atlantis was described as a powerful empire that met its demise in a single, catastrophic day and night. Over centuries, explorers and scholars have scoured the globe, from the depths of the Atlantic to the coasts of Spain and beyond, chasing whispers of this legendary city. While no archaeological evidence has confirmed its existence, the myth of Atlantis persists, igniting imaginations and sparking debates. Could there be a grain of truth behind the legend? Might there be submerged ruins waiting to be discovered that could rewrite the chapters of our past? The enduring allure of Atlantis keeps us captivated as we wonder whether hidden temples beneath the ocean waves might one day reveal secrets that challenge everything we thought we knew.
A dark tunnel under a pyramid in Mexico where human sacrifices took place. A shrine dedicated to the goddess of witchcraft and the underworld, where visitors would communicate with the dead. And a sun temple where humans and llamas were sacrificed. These are terrifying ancient temples that were built for dark rituals. In 2003, a major find was made under the Feathered Serpent Pyramid in Teotihuacan, Mexico. After a sinkhole opened up near the pyramid, archaeologist Sergio Gomez Chavez and his team discovered a tunnel that had been sealed for over 1800 years. And inside they found all kinds of offerings: crocodile teeth, jaguar statues, and crystals shaped like eyes. But the weirdest find was a model of mountains with pools of liquid mercury to represent the lakes. The walls were covered in pyrite, which would have made the place look like it was sparkling under the bright light. See, Teotihuacan was built to represent the 3 layers of the universe: the heavens, the earth, and the underworld. This tunnel was made to represent the dark, watery underworld, the place where life and death intersected. People would have gathered here for ceremonies, believing they were connecting with the gods through these rituals, and while that sounds sounds pretty interesting, it wasn't just symbolic. In the 80s, archaeologists found over 100 warriors kneeling with their hands bound, likely sacrificed as part of one of these ceremonies. On top of that, animals like wolves, rattlesnakes, and eagles were also sacrificed here. The Inca Temple of the Sun, found in the heart of Cusco, Peru, was one of the most sacred sites in the Inca Empire. It was dedicated to Inti, the sun god, who they believed controlled life itself. The temple was filled with gold and precious stones. It would have been a true sight to behold in its heyday, but if you're one of those people who really loves llamas, you may want to cover your ears. So many of these poor silly animals were slaughtered here. The Incas practiced a ritual known as capacocha, which involved human sacrifices, often very young humans, to please the gods and ensure balance in the world. These sacrifices were done during important times like the December solstice, when the Inca believed they needed to appease the gods to prevent disasters or just bring good fortune. The victims were picked for how seemingly pure and perfect they were perceived to be. They'd be whisked away from their parents, taken to the mountaintops and shrines where they'd be offered up to the gods by high priests. Sometimes they were given substances to make them appear as though they were peacefully going to the stars. Sometimes they'd be left out to freeze, other times they'd be taken out more efficiently. And as I said before, thousands of llamas were also sacrificed as part of the ritual, and their BLOOD would be carefully collected and spread across the empire in tiny clay jars. The Incas believed that these offerings kept the sun strong and ensured the cycle of time would continue without a hitch. The Temple of Hecate in Turkey was dedicated to the goddess of Hecate, who is associated with a lot of things, and pretty much all of them were spooky. She was the goddess of the night, magic, witchcraft, necromancy, ghosts, and crossroads. Her temple was seen as that thin veil between realms. Pretty cool, but you can imagine some of the creepier rituals that would have happened in a place like this. Often it was a place to try and communicate with the dead. Inside there were altars where people made offerings like food, incense, and sometimes animals, all in hopes of gaining Hecate's favor or power. But rituals like this weren't just for worshipping Hecate, they were often about controlling or communicating with the supernatural. Again, this was seen as a place where that line between the living and the dead was thin. Hecate was thought to have the power to open the gates to the underworld, which made the temple a kind of portal to the dark side of the ancient world. The Temple of Kukulkan, also known as El Castillo, is a very famous landmark, a massive pyramid in Chichen Itza, Mexico, built by the Mayans. It was dedicated to Kukulkan, the feathered serpent god, who is said to connect the heavens and the earth. The design of the pyramid itself is crazy in terms of how it lines up with the sun. Twice a year, during the equinoxes, the sunlight creates the illusion of a serpent crawling down the steps. But aside from how breathtaking it looks, this place was also the site of some very dark rituals. As many of you probably know, the Mayans did a fair bit of human sacrificing, and El Castillo was one of the prime spots for these ceremonies. Victims, usually prisoners of war, were either thrown down the steps or sacrificed at the top. These rituals were done for a number of reasons, but mainly to appease the gods in exchange for good things like rain and healthy harvests. The Mayans also saw this as a necessary way to balance life and death. When they made these sacrifices, they believed they were keeping the gods happy and the universe in check. The Hellfire Caves in Buckinghamshire, England are anything but ordinary. What looks like a simple church and mausoleum hides this massive underground complex of tunnels and chambers. These were dug out by Sir Francis Dashwood, an 18th century man with wealth, power, and a bit of a dark reputation. Dashwood expanded the caves under his property to create this secret hideout for his infamous Hellfire Club. This club was known for its scandalous behavior and secretive meetings. Members supposedly took part in some pretty bizarre and possibly disturbing rituals, and there have always been stories about human sacrifices as well. One Hellfire Club member, Paul Whitehead, allegedly burned all the club's records before he died, so we'll never really know the full story, what went on down there. Today the caves are open for tours, but considering the stories surrounding them, you probably wouldn't want to spend the night alone down there. I bet some of you might be curious enough to give it a shot though. In 1991, aerial photographers near Berlin spotted something strange, an ancient structure that came to be known as the German Stonehenge. The site consists of 7 rings made of banks and ditches with post holes where wooden poles would have once stood. First it seemed like just another interesting archaeological discovery, but then archaeologists started digging. When they reached the oldest layer dating back to around 2200 BCE, they found pottery, animal bones and stone tools, but the creepiest finds were all the human remains, all of them women and youths, and it was clear these people didn't die of natural causes. They'd obviously died violently, and their bodies had just been tossed into their graves without any care. Then things got even weirder. Nearby, they found the remains of 13 men who'd been buried with a lot more respect. No signs of trauma, just peaceful burials. It seemed the men had been honored in death while the others were just sacrificed, or at least tossed aside. Why they were killed is still a mystery, but it looks like this site could have been used for some kind of brutal ritual. Corvin Castle in Romania has a completely different but equally terrifying vibe. This castle is notorious for being the home of Vlad the Impaler, the man who is of course the inspiration for Dracula. Vlad was known for his extreme cruelty, to put it lightly, and Corvin Castle was a perfect setting for all of it. I mean, just look at this place. Has there ever been a castle more classically ominous looking than this? Even if you didn't know the history behind it, one look, you'd probably just assume there was a vampire lurking in it. This is also timely because the 2024 Nosferatu remake was filmed here. The place is built like a fortress with thick walls, high towers, and supposedly there are also creepy secret passageways. Vlad wasn't shy about using torment to maintain control. He'd impale his enemies in the most brutal of ways, leaving their bodies on display as a warning. But there's more to the dark history of the castle. It's said that Vlad may have also practiced occult rituals or used dark magic to increase his power and strike fear into people, and this castle is the place where all of it was said to have happened, and I wouldn't be surprised. With all the mystery and wonder that surrounds ancient Egypt, you'd think there would have been some disturbing rituals going on in the pyramids or tombs or close to their massive larger-than-life statues. There's a common misconception that the ancient Egyptians were just sacrificing people left and right, but in reality they didn't really practice much human sacrifice. There were rare cases though. In ancient Egypt, the afterlife wasn't just this vague idea, it was everything. To the Egyptians, death was part of the journey, and the transition into the afterlife was a sacred, often terrifying event. But here's the thing, when someone important like a pharaoh or a high-ranking official passed away, it wasn't just them that would go. Not always. For some, it meant a one-way ticket to the afterlife for them too. So you're a servant to the pharaoh and you find out that he's died. It's sad, but then you're told you not only have to show up at his funeral, you also have to travel to the afterlife with him. Yep, they were so important that they needed you in the afterlife. Can't show up on the other side without any servants to handle your business, right? Now, while today this sounds pretty horrifying, back then it was seen as an honor and a privilege. The idea was that your loyalty in life carried over into the afterlife. This ritual, known as retainer's sacrifice, was meant to ensure the pharaoh's smooth transition into the other side. It also sometimes includes soldiers and the pharaoh's pets. And just because human sacrifice wasn't as common in ancient Egypt doesn't mean there weren't other violent rituals. Archaeologists have come across a number of severed hands in ancient Egyptian tombs, and it's believed that these severed hands were actually war trophies. Back then, it wasn't uncommon for victorious warriors to collect grisly souvenirs from their victories, and that's all over the world, really. A lot of historians think that these hands in particular were ritually severed as a part of a ceremony, possibly as a way of touting their defeat and domination of the enemy. But why hands specifically? Well, the symbolism is actually pretty obvious here. Even though their enemy would most likely be killed, they were stripping them of their power and agency even in the afterlife. Remember, the ancient Egyptians saw the afterlife as a continuation, not an end. So going into the afterlife handless would be a significant disadvantage. Where do temples come into play here though? Well, in one case, a whole bunch of severed hand trophies were discovered in pits during excavations of a palace near the ancient city of Avaris. These pits contained hundreds of severed hands neatly stacked together, and the largest pit was right in front of the throne room.
It's considered to be the earliest high culture of Central America. They worked in giant megalithic constructions. What they're most famous for is these huge carved human heads.
Deep beneath ancient stones and hidden in shadowed vaults, some temples hold secrets beyond imagination. Places where reality might be just a thin veil, hiding gateways to other realms. From cursed doors guarding untold treasures to stone pathways aligned with cosmic forces, these ancient sites aren't just about history, they may hold the keys to other worlds. Could these temples really be portals to realms beyond our understanding? Starting off this list in our number 10 spot, we have Teomim Cave. Ancient hidden temples have always stirred up the imagination, but few sites embody mysticism and ritual magic quite like the Teomim Cave in the hills of Jerusalem. Dubbed by archaeologists as, quote, a possible portal to the underworld, this cave is not only packed with skulls, weapons, and ritual lamps, but also holds thousands of years of stories, blending eerie legend with concrete evidence. Imagine exploring a dark, labyrinthine cave where skulls were carefully placed in narrow crevices, lamps left to burn for spirits, and coins scattered as offerings. Some 2,000 years ago, the site served as a gathering place for those looking to communicate with the beyond, conduct necromancy, or divine the future. Researchers propose that this cave may have been an actual necrometion, a place to invoke spirits or gods. Filled with remnants like ancient daggers and glass bowls, Teomim Cave reveals itself as a center for the archaeology of magic. It definitely makes one wonder, were these rituals just superstition, or could there really have been a way to reach out and touch another world? In our number 9 spot today, we are talking about the Stargate of Rakchi. The Stargate of Rakchi, set deep within Peru's Sacred Valley, is a site steeped in mystery and ancient lore. This doorway, carved directly into a massive rock face, has sparked fascination and speculation for centuries. Known locally as a portal between worlds, it's said that ancient Inca priests performed rituals here to commune with celestial beings. Some accounts suggest that during these ceremonies, shamans, using sacred symbols and chants, could connect with other realms, possibly accessing wisdom or visions from beyond the physical world. The smooth, imposing stone entrance has no clear purpose in the conventional sense. No chambers or rooms lie beyond it, leaving many to wonder if it was created solely for metaphysical travel. Unlike other Inca structures designed with precise architecture, this one appears more symbolic, fueling theories that it was a tool for astral travel or communication with the divine. Could it be that this Stargate was crafted as an ancient device to reach higher realms or connect with entities outside of time and space? In our number 8 spot today, we have Knockma Hill. Knockma Hill, nestled in the misty landscapes of Western Ireland, is a place where myth and reality intertwine, long believed to be an entrance to the fabled fairy world. This ancient mound is a centerpiece in Irish folklore, where fairies, also known as the Tuatha De Danann, supposedly gather and sometimes lure unwary humans into the other world. Legends claim that Knockma is no ordinary hill, but a gateway through which the veil between our world and the fairy realm is the thinnest. Those who dare visit the site often speak of eerie encounters, a sudden unnatural chill in the air, disembodied whispers, or even fleeting glimpses of figures darting among the trees. Ancient texts recount how past wanderers, seduced by the ethereal music echoing from the hill, vanished without a trace, believed to have been spirited away to join the fairies. Even today, locals warn against lingering too long after dark, lest one be tempted to enter a world from which they might never return. Could this unassuming hill truly be a doorway to another dimension, or is it just the collective imagination of generations who felt something magical in its presence? In our number 7 spot today, we have Hattusa, the ancient capital of the powerful Hittite Empire in modern-day Turkey. This is a place wrapped in mystery and ancient grandeur. Known for its towering stone gates, particularly the famous Sphinx Gate, Hattusa wasn't just a center of political might, but also a city deeply entrenched in spiritual and supernatural practices. The Sphinx Gate, adorned with carved sphinxes that gaze watchfully over those who pass, was more than just a grand entrance. According to local legends, these gates were imbued with mystical powers that could connect the physical world to realms beyond our comprehension. Ancient Hittite priests, wielding the knowledge of long-lost rituals, are rumored to have used these gates as passageways to connect with gods or perhaps even otherworldly beings. The architecture itself seems to amplify these legends. The stones were arranged with such precision that they're thought to channel energies, creating a sacred space where communication with other dimensions was possible. Did the Hittite elite use these gates to seek wisdom from divine or extraterrestrial sources? Or were the gates merely a symbol of protection and strength? Hattusa's stone portals remain silent, holding tightly to secrets that archaeologists have yet to unravel. In our number 6 spot today, we have the Elephanta Caves. These caves in India, carved out of solid basalt rock, are a masterpiece of ancient engineering and spirituality. These ancient cave temples, dating back to around the 5th century, are dedicated to Shiva, a Hindu deity known as the cosmic force of both creation as well as destruction. But beyond their awe-inspiring sculptures and intricate carvings lies a deeper, more mystical allure. Ancient yogis and ascetics were believed to have gathered here to meditate, using the cave's intense spiritual energy to enter profound states of altered consciousness. According to legends, this was more than a spiritual retreat. It was a place where one could transcend the physical world and even access other dimensions. The temple's most famous sculpture, a 3-faced bust of Shiva, seems almost to embody this idea, symbolizing the god's ability to bridge realms. Local lore suggests that during intense rituals and deep meditations, practitioners could harness the energy of Shiva and open a passageway into realms beyond human understanding. The temple's design, its chambers, shadows, and acoustics, creates an almost otherworldly environment, amplifying the sense of being in a space that connects worlds. Some believe that those who reached a heightened state here could communicate with deities or celestial beings, stepping momentarily into another dimension. Was this cave truly a gateway to the divine, or did its isolation and sanctity merely heighten the practitioner's inner worlds? In our number 5 spot today, we have Abu Ghurab. Often referred to as the place of the gods, this stands as a captivating relic of ancient Egypt, located just a stone's throw from Cairo. This sun temple, constructed during the reign of Pharaoh Djedefre in the 5th dynasty, is believed to have been designed to harness the immense power of celestial energy. Its striking altar, meticulously carved from alabaster, isn't just a beautiful architectural feature. It's theorized to have served as a powerful conduit for ancient priests and travelers seeking to connect with the cosmos. The temple's layout is aligned with the movements of the sun, suggesting that the ancient Egyptians had a sophisticated understanding of astronomy and its relationship to the divine. Legend has it that rituals conducted at this site were not only meant to honor Ra, the sun god, but also to facilitate communication with otherworldly beings. The temple's unique design may have allowed for the concentration of energy, creating a sacred space where practitioners could access higher realms of consciousness. As the sun's rays illuminated the altar, it was thought that a mystical connection could be forged, opening gateways to celestial dimensions. Could it be that Abu Ghurab was more than just a place of worship? Was it perhaps a sophisticated ancient stargate, allowing the faithful to transcend the ordinary and tap into the divine? In our number 4 spot today, we have the Kalasasaya Temple, a monumental stone structure in Bolivia's ancient city of Tiwanaku. This is a place steeped in both astronomical wonder and supernatural lore. Known for its precise engineering, this place was built over 1,500 years ago with stone monoliths carefully aligned to track the movements of the sun. During solstice and equinox events, the sun's rays hit exact points on the stone structures, showcasing the advanced knowledge of the Tiwanaku civilization. But beyond its role as an observatory, Kalasasaya holds a deeper mystery: the Gateway of the Sun, a massive stone portal adorned with intricate carvings that hint at a connection to the divine. Local legends claim that the gateway isn't just a ceremonial structure, it's a mystical threshold that, when aligned with certain celestial events, can open portals to other dimensions or times. According to ancient stories, only select individuals like priests or shamans could pass through these rare alignments, entering realms beyond the reach of ordinary mortals. The carvings on the gateway, which include depictions of winged beings and symbols of the cosmos, seem to hint at the possibility of such journeys. Could the ancient Tiwanaku have truly used this gateway to step into another world, or is it a testament to their connection with the stars? In our number 3 spot today, we have Mount Kailash. Mount Kailash in Tibet is not only a towering natural wonder, but also a spiritual epicenter revered by Hindus, Buddhists, Jains, and followers of the ancient Bon religion. Rising over 22,000 feet, this snow-capped peak is considered so sacred that climbing it is forbidden. Believers say that any mortal attempting to summit its slopes would disrupt the gods who dwell there. Hindu legends describe Kailash as the earthly abode of Lord Shiva, who meditates in eternal stillness at its peak, while Buddhists regard it as the axis mundi, or center of the universe. But beyond its role as a place of divine residence, Kailash is seen as a gateway to other realms. Pilgrims who journey around the mountain's base believe that its energy can liberate them from the cycle of reincarnation, allowing them to transcend this world entirely. The mountain is also rumored to have unusual properties. Some claim that time behaves differently near its base, with hair and nails supposedly growing at a rapid pace as if affected by an otherworldly force. Legends suggest that the very shape of Kailash, with its symmetrical ridges and valleys, mirrors the mythical Mount Meru, a cosmic mountain believed to connect Earth to celestial realms. Many believe that those who meditate near Kailash can access visions or even make contact with divine beings, as if the mountain's spiritual energy opens up a portal to the gods. In our number 2 spot today, we have Mount Fuji. Japan's iconic peak has long been more than just a mountain. It's a bridge to the divine, wrapped in legend and spiritual significance. For centuries, pilgrims have ascended Fuji's slopes, believing it to be the dwelling place of Konohasana Kuyahime, a Shinto deity symbolizing life and renewal. Ancient texts and rituals link this volcanic giant to the spirit world, with priests and practitioners performing ceremonies to connect with higher realms. Among the sacred practices, it's said that Fuji's caves and hidden pathways lead to mystical doors, portals into realms unseen by ordinary eyes. These rituals, deeply rooted in Shinto beliefs, suggest that Fuji serves as a literal and symbolic journey from the mortal world to the spiritual. Some stories even claim that those who journey up the mountain, especially at dawn, experience visions, as if Fuji's powerful energy draws them closer to the gods. The volcanic vents and caves scattered along Fuji's slopes adds another layer to its mystique. Many believe these natural formations are points of access to hidden dimensions. Could these be remnants of ancient gateway, preserved in the Japanese tradition as a reminder of the mountain's role as a cosmic link? Mount Fuji's beauty hides something otherworldly, a destination where nature and the supernatural are said to intersect. And finally, in our number 1 spot today, we have Padmanubhaswamy Temple. Located in Kerala, India, this is one of the most mysterious and revered temples in the world, drawing fascination for more than just its spiritual significance. Famous for its vast hidden vaults, this Hindu temple is said to contain treasures so immense they remain largely untouched. Gold, jewels, and priceless artifacts locked away for centuries behind massive iron doors. 6 vaults have been opened over time, revealing staggering riches. However, the 7th and final vault, known as Vault B, remains tightly sealed, and with good reason. It's rumored to be guarded by a powerful curse. The temple's legends go beyond earthly treasures. Locals and scholars have speculated that within Vault B might lie secrets of ancient gateways, possibly interdimensional portals connecting our world to the divine or other realms. This idea is bolstered by ancient texts associated with the temple that reference doors to spiritual planes. It's said that the only way to open Vault B is through a specific chant or ritual portal known only to those with true spiritual mastery. Any attempt to open it by force, legend warns, could unleash catastrophic consequences. Some even believe that the vault might not just contain material riches, but powerful relics capable of bridging dimensions. Could this final unopened door be hiding secrets beyond our comprehension? In Padmanabhaswamy Temple, reality blurs with myth, and the lure of forbidden knowledge remains locked away, enticing yet daunting.